Welcome back to Murfreesboro here on the campus of Middle Tennessee, where the Blue Raiders are hosting the Volunteers of Tennessee. Nathan Dearman and Jake Rose here in the Ford of Murfreesboro broadcast booth. Thank you so much for spending your Tuesday night with us, where Riley Delgado will lead off the bottom half of the first against Volunteer pitcher Eric Freeman.
Yeah, Eric Freeman, right-handed sophomore pitcher, 3.26 ERA coming into tonight with a 3-1 record. Pretty good so far. 29 strikeouts.
First pitch from Freeman is a fastball into Riley Delgado for strike one. Delgado had a heck of a weekend. Entering the series against the Charlotte 49ers, had a batting average of .395. Now he sits at .413. But the funny part about it is when he was entering the series against Charlotte, he ranked second in Conference USA in batting average. His batting average goes up nearly 20 points, and he falls to fourth.
We laughed about that pregame. That's just very crazy, strange.
1-1 from Freeman. Delgado is going to smack one into himself for strike two, 1-2. Delgado, Dennis, Giroux, Benefield, Huff, Dupree, Spencer, King, and Schnurr are your starting nine for the Raiders. Of course, A.J. Spencer in that number 7 spot, also tonight's starting pitcher. So a National League lineup for Jim McGuire's Raiders as Delgado stays alive, chopping that one towards the Volunteer dugout.
Crazy thing about Eric Freeman, the starting pitcher for the Volunteers, Tommy John surgery his senior year, and he's able to come to Tennessee, redshirt his freshman year, so he comes in this season as a redshirt sophomore. But
1-2, Delgado stays alive, foul tip. Yeah, sadly, Tommy John surgery is just one of those things that we're seeing affect pitchers at younger ages, seems like every season, and there's a lot of hypotheses, I guess, as to why.
Yeah, you don't like to hear that.
1-2, Delgado check swing, but he's going to be rung up. Down goes Delgado for out number 1 here in the bottom of the first.
Strange to see that, but yeah, tough to see a high school senior miss his senior year due to Tommy John.
It's just the 8th strikeout on the season for Riley Delgado. Yeah, there's a lot of, as I mentioned, guesses as to why there's been so many. Of course, AAU, just the arm being overextended, bunt laid down. Senzel at third is going to let it go, foul, and good play from Nick Senzel, the third baseman, but a nice bunt by Austin Dennis. Was a little surprised that that ball went foul.
Yeah, good bunt, very good bunt. Tough break.
But back to the Tommy John thing, a lot of pundits have said the overuse of young arms, not just throwing curveballs and sliders at young ages, but say you're a freshman in high school, you're pitching for your high school team, and then in the summertime you're pitching for your AAU team, oftentimes multiple times a weekend.
Yeah.
And then as you grow up, 0-1 to Dennis, swing and a miss. You're pitching in showcases, trying to earn a college scholarship, and you're never getting that break. That arm doesn't have an off season anymore. And now you also have pitching coaches as well. Yeah,
a lot of pitches, and then you don't have that glory of going home to a physical trainer like these big leaguers have. They just walk in a training room.
Time off as well.
Yeah.
1-2 count to Dennis.
You can just walk into a training room and get it worked on. And these kids, you're seeing pitch counts become way more of a big of a deal, which it should be.
1-2, Dennis is going to go the other way, and that'll drop for a 1-out single for the freshman from Rockledge, Florida, Austin Dennis. His hot bat continues.
Yeah, you're seeing even at younger ages when the Little League World Series comes around, big deal, pitch count, very big deal. It's always televised, and fans at home get to see how important it is.
Yeah, Dr. James Andrews has become so popular throughout the years for working on all of the top athletes in America. Orthopedic surgeon says that he's seen kids come in as young as Little League that need the procedure.
And that's not good for the game.
First pitch to Giroux is on the inside. No, you heard John Smoltz talk about it in his Hall of Fame address.
Right.
Saying that Little League Baseball middle school baseball, high school baseball, AAU, showcases, all these things need to be better regulated, and you'd like to see Major League Baseball really take a tougher stance and really kind of take the lead on that. 0-1. Giroux's going to smack this one down the left field line. That's going to move Dennis all the way to third. Coach Scott Hall is going to send him, and the Raiders are going to open the scoring against the Volunteers here in the bottom of the first. Brad Giroux.
The crowd on their feet here.
Brad Giroux, a big weekend against Charlotte, and his hot bat continues here against the Volunteers. Raiders lead 1-0.
So that ball was pretty much smoked to left field, just out of frame for the viewers watching at home. It was kind of rolled down near under the pole, right to the wall. Kind of struggled with it out there. Vincent Jackson just had to get it in as fast as he could.
That'll bring up Blake Benefield. First pitch from Freeman is going to be fouled back our way, almost.
Almost made
Net
it.
caught it. I thought I was going to have to barehand it.
That was tough.
On Sunday, we had the gentleman that made the play all by himself. He did bring a glove, so I got to take off points.
Grown man with a glove, yeah. No style points for you, sir.
0-1 count to Benefield. Freeman from the stretch.
Yeah, we
Foul
talked about that, you know, age limit, that you're allowed to bring your glove to the ballpark.
Yeah.
But hey.
Brad Giroux's 7th run batted in the last 4 games. He had 5 on Friday night against the 49ers and tacked on 1 more on Sunday against Charlotte.
Yeah, good to see Giroux bounce back. He had a tough Saturday, hitless on Saturday.
Foul tip, Benefield just stays alive. The 1-2-3 hitters for the Raiders over the weekend hit 396. It's always a recipe for success.
Oh, yeah.
Freeman from the stretch as he's laboring through this first inning. The 0-2 to Benny. And Benefield's going to watch a slider go low, 1-2.
Yeah, we were talking about Spencer struggling there early, just worked out of bases loaded. But Freeman here gives up a run early. Now you got a man on second and only 1 down.
Breaking ball chopped to third. And foul.
Almost touched that in fair territory
It
there.
certainly looked like that was played in fair territory. I know his body was on the line.
It's tough.
Not 100% sure on, well, I guess I know the ruling now, but
yeah,
prior to that, I would have said that that might have been a fair ball.
Senzel there.
Home plate umpire Jeff Wright knows the rule book a little bit better than I do, I would hope. And it's a foul ball, 1-2. Benefield started 0-2, has stayed alive through the last several pitches to really make Freeman work. And Benefield's hitting 189 with the runners in scoring position. 1-2, well outside, 2-2. Santiago is behind the plate, Rogers at first. Pruitt is the second baseman, Bartlett at short, Senzel at third, Jackson in left, Lance in center, and the leadoff hitter Hall is the right fielder for the Volunteers.
Yeah, tough play out there for Jackson early in left field. Giroux's ball just perfectly ripped down the line, rolled all the way to the corner.
2-2. Benny holds up, count goes full.
That's exactly what you want to do here. Just work Freeman if you're the hitter. Struggling here to find his spots, let him throw to you. Great to see this big crowd we have here tonight.
3-2, swing and a miss, drop third strike. Santiago will fire down to first, and it's a strikeout for Blake Benefield. Gonna bring up Drew Huff.
Can't forget about Drew Huff's heroics on Friday night.
Freshman came up in the bottom of the 10th, knocked home Kevin Dupree, giving the Raiders the 12-11 win over the 49ers. Crazy game, 27 hits, 23 runs that game.
Yeah, and then You know, a lot of offense Friday and Saturday, and a pitcher's duel on Sunday. That wonderful performance by Jake Wyrick. Man, was he good.
Pitch in the dirt, gets away from Santiago, able to knock it down.
Good for the Blue Raiders to get a run here in the first, kind of start up this crowd, get their confidence soaring here.
Santiago has to dig another one out, and he's going to head to the mound to talk to Freeman.
Definitely a good time for a mound visit.
And if the name Benito Santiago sounds familiar, it's because there is another Benito Santiago, the former Major League Baseball player. And the Benito Santiago that's behind the plate for the Volunteers is the son of the Benito Santiago that played in the major leagues. So it's not just coincidence, I promise.
Yeah, great to see a son of a former Padre out here.
Huff's going to send that one to second. Pruitt able to backhand it and throw in time. Nice pick by Jordan Rogers at first. But the Raiders strike first in the bottom of the first. They lead 1-0. We head to the top of the second. You're watching Middle Tennessee baseball on the Blue Raider Network from Learfield.